join us.
This is Mr. Black Terror, and you've just stepped into the darkest corner of the internet. Before we begin, tell me in the comments, where are you watching from? What hour of the night is it? And don't forget to share this video with anyone who laughs at horror stories. Let them hear what real fear sounds like. The call came in at 2:14 a.m. on December 24th, and the dispatcher didn't route it through the usual holiday priority filter because the child never asked for help. He just whispered, "Santa's already inside our house." My name is Michael Aaron Kessler. At the time, I was a senior dispatcher with the Jefferson County 911 Communications Center, based in Jefferson County, Colorado. I've been doing emergency dispatch for 11 years, long enough to recognize prank calls, long enough to hear real fear when it slips past a calm voice. This wasn't a prank. The line was clean. No slurring. No laughter in the background. Just a child breathing slowly, like he was trying not to be noticed. "Okay," I said, keeping my tone neutral. "What's your name?" There was a pause. Then, "Ethan." "How old are you, Ethan?" 7. I typed as we spoke, eyes flicking between the call timer and the location trace initializing on my screen. "Ethan," I said, "where are your parents right now?" Another pause. Longer this time. "They're asleep," he whispered. "But Santa's not supposed to be awake." Something about the way he said awake tightened my chest. "Can you tell me why you think it's Santa?" I asked. "I heard the boots," he said. "And the bag. And he smells like outside." The trace locked. Address unresolved. Signal origin: County Road 311, Golden Foothills. I frowned. County Road 311 ran along the edge of a forested slope west of Golden, mostly old properties, many condemned after a fire 15 years back. "Ethan," I said carefully, "are you at home right now?" "Yes." "Can you see Santa?" "No," he said. "But he's standing by the tree. I can hear him breathing." I muted my mic and flagged a supervisor, pointing at the address. He shook his head slowly. That address had been abandoned since 2008. No utilities. No registered residents. Structurally unsafe. I unmuted. "Ethan," I said, "I'm going to send someone to help you, okay? I just need you to stay very quiet." "I am quiet," he said immediately. "That's why he hasn't come upstairs yet." My fingers hovered over the dispatch keys as I radioed Jefferson County Sheriff's Office units in the area. 2 deputies acknowledged, Deputy Laura Martinez and Deputy Thomas Riley, both within 12 minutes. "Ethan," I asked, "is there anyone else in the house with you?" "My sister," he said. "She's in her room." "What's her name?" "Claire." "How old is Claire?" "She was 5, he said. I swallowed. "Ethan," I said, keeping my voice even, "can you tell me why you think Santa isn't supposed to be awake?" There was a faint sound, then not words. A soft, dragging noise, like fabric against hardwood. "He's not breathing like Daddy," Ethan whispered. "It sounds wet." My supervisor leaned closer, listening through the shared feed. "Ethan," I said, "is Santa talking?" "No," he replied. "He's counting." "Counting what?" The line crackled. "Steps," Ethan said. The call timer ticked past 4 minutes. "Ethan," I said, "I want you to tell me if you hear anyone coming upstairs." There was silence. Then very quietly, he stopped counting. A new sound bled into the call. A slow creak. "Wood under pressure." My screen updated. Deputy Martinez, 2 minutes out. "Ethan," I said, Listen to me very carefully. Is there a place in your room where you can hide? I'm under the bed, he said. That's where Claire hid. Ethan, I asked, where is Claire now? The breathing on the line changed. Faster. Shallow. He took her downstairs, Ethan whispered. She didn't wake up. The line spiked with a low, distant noise like something heavy being dragged across the floor. Ethan, I said, louder now. Are you alone on the call right now? No, he said. Every dispatcher in the room had stopped working. Every headset was tilted toward my station. Who else is there, Ethan? I asked. There was a pause. Then softly, not into the phone but near it, a deeper voice spoke. He's been very good. The line went dead. Deputy Martinez arrived first. Her body cam footage was reviewed dozens of times afterward. The house was real. It shouldn't have been. Boarded. Windows except for one, broken inward. No electricity. No heat. Snow blown through gaps in the siding. Inside, the temperature hovered just above freezing. A Christmas tree stood in the living room. No ornaments. No lights. Just dark stains on the carpet beneath it. Deputy Riley arrived moments later. They cleared the house room by room. Upstairs, they found a child's bedroom. One bed untouched. One bed stripped bare. Under the second bed, they found a cell phone, modern, fully charged, no SIM card. The last call dialed was 911. Downstairs. Near the tree, they found small boot prints and dried mud. And something else. A red fiber caught on a nail in the banister. Thick, woven, smelled faintly of mildew and iron. No bodies were found. No blood fresh enough to track. The county records confirmed it the next morning. A family had lived there once. Parents. 2 children. They vanished on December 24, 2007. The case had gone cold after the fire made the house unsafe to enter. The children's names were Ethan and Claire. The call audio was archived. When analysts reviewed it later, they found something no one noticed live. At exactly 2:16 a.m., beneath Ethan's whispering, a faint voice can be heard counting. Not steps. Names. 2 nights later, a different dispatcher took a call from a child in Park County. Same words. Santa's already inside. The call traced to another abandoned house. And every Christmas since, somewhere along the foothills west of Denver, the phones ring from places no one lives anymore. We still answer, because the children always know our names. The snow fell heavy on December 23rd when Deputy Marcus Holloway got the call. A welfare check at 4471 Pinewood Lane, Summit County, Colorado. A rental cabin 15 miles outside Breckenridge. The caller was a property manager. Her cleaning crew had arrived early and found something that made them run. Marcus had been with Summit County Sheriff's Department for 11 years. He'd seen bodies frozen in snowdrifts, domestic violence calls on Christmas Eve, overdoses in ski resort bathrooms. But nothing prepared him for what waited at Pinewood Lane. The cabin sat alone, surrounded by dense pine forest. 2 vehicles in the driveway, a minivan with Iowa plates, and a sedan from Nebraska. The front door was open. Snow had blown inside, covering the hardwood in white powder. Marcus radioed his position and approached. The living room looked like Christmas had exploded inside. A 12-foot tree dominated the space, covered in ornaments. Presents wrapped in shiny paper sat beneath it, tags written in perfect cursive. Stockings hung from the mantel. Everything picture-perfect. Except for the smell. Copper and rot. thick in the cold air. "Sheriff's Department," Marcus called out. "Anyone home?" Silence. He moved through the living room. His boot crunched on something, not snow. Shattered glass. Red and green ornaments crushed into the floor. Mixed with something dark and wet. The kitchen was worse. Cookies shaped like Santa Claus covered the counter, each one decorated with meticulous detail. Milk in a glass, half drunk. A note beside it in a child's handwriting. "Dear Santa, thank you for coming. We've been good." Blood spatter across the refrigerator. Arterial spray pattern. Someone had been standing right there when it happened. Marcus drew his weapon. "This is the Sheriff's Department. If anyone's in this house, make yourself known." Movement upstairs. Footsteps. Heavy. Deliberate. Marcus keyed his radio. "Dispatch, I've got signs of violence and possible suspect in the residence. Requesting backup." Static. Then, copy 414. ETA 20 minutes. Roads are bad. 20 minutes. Marcus looked at the stairs. Every instinct told him to wait. But if someone was injured, bleeding out up there, he climbed out. The steps creaked under his weight. Christmas garland wrapped around the banister, fake holly berries catching the dim light. At the top, a hallway stretched into darkness. 4 doors. 3 closed, 1 open. The open door showed a bathroom. Empty. Marcus checked the first closed door. A bedroom. 2 suitcases on the floor, clothes scattered. A phone on the nightstand, cracked screen showing 47 missed calls. The second door, children's room. Bunk beds with cartoon sheets. Stuffed animals arranged on pillows. A Nintendo Switch on the dresser, still on, showing a paused game. The third door was locked. Marcus stepped back. "Sheriff's Department." Open the door. Silence. Then from inside, he came early. A man's voice, raspy, wrong somehow. "Sir, I need you to open this door." We heard him on the roof. Just like they said. Footsteps. Sleigh bells. Marcus's hand tightened on his weapon. "Sir, open the door now." The kids were so excited. They ran downstairs. I told them to wait, but they wouldn't listen. "Where are your children, sir?" Laughter, wet and broken. He gave them what they wanted. He always does. That's what Santa does, right? Gives you what you deserve. Marcus's radio crackled. 414, backup is 10 minutes out. "Sir, I'm going to breach this door." Step away from. The lock clicked. The door swung open slowly. The master bedroom was decorated like a Christmas card. Red and white blankets. Lights strung across the ceiling, casting everything in a warm glow. A man sat on the bed. Late 30s. Plaid pajamas. Blood soaked from collar to waist. His hands were in his lap, trembling. Behind him, the wall. Marcus had seen crime scenes. Drug violence, murder-suicides, but this written in blood. Covering the entire wall in perfect calligraphy. Naughty list. Below it. Names. Sarah Morrison, age 8, Tyler Morrison. Age 6, Kevin Morrison, age 38. Linda Morrison, age 36. "Where's your family?" Marcus demanded. Kevin Morrison looked up. His eyes were empty. Hollowed out. "In the living room." "With him? With who?" "Santa." Kevin smiled. Blood on his teeth. "He's still here. He's waiting for you." Marcus backed toward the door. "Stay here. Don't move." He moved down the hallway, weapon raised. Down the stairs. Into the living room. The tree lights were on now. They hadn't been before. 2 bodies by the fireplace. Woman and boy. Arranged sitting up, backs against the wall. Their throats opened ear to ear, mouths positioned into smiles. Christmas hats placed on their heads. A little girl under the tree. Curled among the presents. Her chest carved open. Ribs spread. A candy cane placed in the cavity where her heart should be. Marcus's radio fell from his hand because sitting in the armchair beside the tree, illuminated by colored lights, was a Santa Claus suit. Full costume. Red velvet. White fur trim. Black boots. Empty. The suit sat there, perfectly positioned. As if someone had just stood up and walked away. But the suit was moving, breathing, the chest rising and falling. Slowly. Marcus raised his weapon. Show me your hands. The suit didn't move. Just kept breathing, in, out, in, out. Then the head turned. The Santa mask looked directly at him. Black eye holes. Frozen smile. Sheriff's Department, show me your. The suit stood up. No one inside it. The costume stood on its own, empty sleeves hanging at its sides. Boots planted firm on the floor. Marcus fired 3 rounds center mass. The bullets passed through, hitting the chair behind. Stuffing exploded. The suit took a step forward. Marcus ran. He hit the front door, slipped on blood-slicked hardwood, crashed through onto the porch. Snow blinding. He scrambled to his patrol car, fumbling for keys. Behind him, the cabin door swung wider. The Santa suit stood in the doorway, illuminated by Christmas lights. Then it raised one empty sleeve and waved. Marcus got the car started, threw it in reverse. Tires spun in snow. He fishtailed down the driveway, radio screaming with dispatch asking for his status. He didn't stop until he reached the highway. Backup arrived 18 minutes later. 4 deputies, 2 detectives. They found the bodies exactly as Marcus described. 3 victims. Kevin Morrison upstairs, having bled out from self-inflicted wounds to both wrists. They found the Santa suit 2. In the armchair. Exactly where Marcus said, but folded now, neatly. Arms crossed over the chest. Inside the coat pocket, they found a list. Handwritten in red ink. 47 names. Addresses across Summit County. Families. Children. Every name had a checkmark beside it, except 1 at the bottom. In that same perfect calligraphy. Deputy Marcus Holloway, 2247. Alpine Court. Pending, the case remains open. Kevin Morrison's autopsy showed he'd been dead for at least 6 hours before Marcus arrived, meaning someone else wrote those names on the wall while Marcus was in the house. The rental property owner found something else 3 days later. Sooty boot prints on the roof. Size 15. Leading from the chimney to the edge, then stopping. No prints in the snow below. Just gone. Marcus Holloway transferred to Denver County 2 weeks later. He doesn't celebrate Christmas anymore. And every December 23rd, he checks his front porch before going to sleep, because last year, he found something there. A candy cane and a note in red ink. See you soon. The first time I realized something was wrong, it was because the radio went quiet. That doesn't happen on Christmas Eve, not in Cook County, Illinois. Not with snow piling up, drunk drivers everywhere, and every patrol unit stretched thin. But at 11:47 p.m., my squad car was moving through a dead zone of silence, like someone had turned the volume of the city all the way down. My name is Evan Richard Halvorsen. I was a deputy sheriff with the Cook County Sheriff's Office, assigned to the southwest suburbs that winter. I'd been on the job 9 years, long enough to know the difference between routine quiet and the kind of quiet that feels deliberate. The call came in seconds later. Static first. Then dispatch cleared their throat, like they didn't want to say it out loud. Unit 317. Welfare check. Possible trespass. Single-family residence. Oak Forest. Caller reports. Someone in a Santa suit standing in the backyard. I remember exhaling through my nose, irritated more than concerned. Christmas prank. Drunk neighbor. Someone trying to be funny. Then dispatch added. Caller says he's been there for over an hour. Not moving. That part stuck. Oak Forest sits near the southern edge of Cook County, close enough to forest preserves that the neighborhoods thin out. Long driveways. Older homes. Backyards bleeding into tree lines. It's the kind of place where sound carries and where people notice when something doesn't belong. Snow was coming down steady as I turned onto the street. Big flakes, soft, the kind that makes everything look peaceful while hiding all the details underneath. The house was dark except for a single porch light. No Christmas lights. No decorations. Just a mailbox with faded numbers and tire tracks frozen in slush. A man met me at the front door before I could knock. Mid-40s. Pajama pants. Hands shaking. He's still there, he whispered, like the thing in his yard could hear him. Hasn't moved, just standing. I asked the usual questions. Anyone else home? Any threats? Any weapons? He kept nodding, answering, but his eyes kept flicking past me toward the back of the house. We walked through the kitchen. The smell hit me first, burnt coffee and something metallic, like pennies. A sliding glass door looked out onto the backyard. That's when I saw him. He was standing just beyond the reach of the porch light, near the tree line. Full Santa suit. Red coat, white trim. Hat pulled low. A sack slung over one shoulder, facing the house, not swaying. Not shifting weight. Just standing there, perfectly upright, like a department store mannequin placed in the snow. How long did you say he's been there? I asked. Since 10:30, the homeowner said. I thought it was a joke. But he doesn't wave. Doesn't react. I turned the backyard light on and off. Nothing. I keyed my radio and reported visual contact. Static answered back. No acknowledgement. That bothered me more than the Santa. I stepped outside. Snow crunched under my boots, loud in the silence. My breath fogged in front of me. The cold had a bite to it, sharp and invasive. Cook County Sheriff, I called out. Sir, can you hear me? No response. I moved closer. 20 yards, 15. That's when I noticed the suit wasn't clean. The red fabric was dark in places, soaked through near the hem and cuffs. Not snow, something thicker. Sir, I said again louder. Put your hands where I can see them. The Santa's head tilted just slightly. Every instinct in my body told me to stop walking. My hand found my holster without me thinking about it. Hands, I ordered. The sack slipped off his shoulder and hit the ground with a heavy thud. Not the sound of wrapping paper or toys. Dense, wet. He took one step forward. Drew my weapon. That's when I saw his face. The beard was real. Not synthetic. Not costume grade. Thick, yellowed, frozen stiff in places. His skin was gray, stretched tight over cheekbones that looked too sharp. His eyes were open wide, bloodshot, and fixed directly on me, not curious. Not angry focused like he'd been waiting. He smiled, and something warm ran down the front of his suit. Steaming as it hit the snow, I don't remember deciding to fire. I remember the recoil, the flash, the sound tearing through the night. He didn't fall. He took another step, then another. I fired again. Center mass. The rounds hit. I saw the fabric jerk, saw dark spray fan out behind him. He kept coming. Get inside. I yelled at the homeowner, though he was already gone. The Santa stopped 10 feet from me, close enough that I could smell him. Rot. Old blood. Cold iron. He reached into his coat. I braced for a weapon. Instead, he pulled out a laminated card and held it up, trembling. A sheriff's badge photo. Old. Black and white. Worn edges. The name printed beneath. It made my stomach drop. Richard Halverson. My father. He'd been a Cook County deputy in the 70s. Died when I was 6. Heart attack, they said. Christmas Eve. Found in his patrol car near a forest preserve. I blinked. Looked back up. The Santa's mouth opened, and his voice came out wrong, raspy, shredded, like air forced through wet leaves. You took my route, he said. You wear my badge now. I backed away, shaking my head. That's not possible. He stepped closer. Snow melted around his boots. They never found the children, he continued. They said it was just a drifter. They said close the case. I remembered the stories, rumors I'd overheard growing up. Missing kids. A suspect who vanished. Evidence misplaced. My father's last case. You left me out there, the thing said. Freezing, bleeding, listening to the radio go quiet. My radio crackled then. For the first time since the call, Unit 317. Status check? The Santa's eyes flicked toward the sound, then back to me. His smile widened. Every Christmas, he said, I bring back what was lost. He reached into the sack. I didn't wait to see what came out. I fired until the slide locked back. The Santa collapsed into the snow, folding in on himself like wet cloth. The backyard went still again. Backup arrived 7 minutes later. 3 units, EMEA's supervisors. They found me standing there, gun smoking, staring at a red smear in the snow. There was no body. No sack. No footprints leading away, only mine. They searched the woods until dawn. Dogs lost the scent at the tree line. The homeowner gave a statement. Though his voice shook so badly, they had to stop twice. Internal Affairs opened a review. Ballistics matched my weapon. No evidence of another person. No record of the badge I described. My father's had been logged and destroyed decades ago. I was cleared. Put on leave. Told to rest. Every Christmas since, my radio goes quiet at 11:47 p.m., and every year, somewhere in Cook County, a family reports a Santa standing too still in their yard. They never find him.